Today we're talking about radical transparency, mutual trust, right? Company values, we're talking about client relationships, we're going to talk about our mission statement, and then the secret glue that holds it all together, which I'm going to tell you about at the end. Got to stick around. Let's get into it. So first item on the list is radical transparency, which is a nutty concept in today's social media, everything is polished and political type of world. Oh yeah, highlight reels everywhere. Why radical transparency? Why did we choose that as a thing to go to market with? What does it mean to you?
Well, I think there's a lot of mistrust when it comes to between businesses and clients, especially in the real estate world. And so we learned from experience that having transparency through communication, even on our contract, like our contract says what our profit margin we're trying to get.
Yeah.
It was important to us to make sure that we are transparent in that way, and communication also, so our clients know exactly what's going on, good, bad, and the ugly. So there's no question, because when there's a lack of communication, a lack of information, then a lot of people make assumptions. And you know what happens when you make assumptions?
Yeah, it's so true. We don't have a lot to hide. Rachel mentioned that we will share our revenue, our profit model with clients. Typically, that's with people that understand that businesses exist to make a profit, and if they're kind of financially understanding and have the wherewithal, we have nothing to hide. There's no reason for us to try to shade anything.
Right.
And yeah, I think that kind of leads into the next point of mutual trust, because the relationship with our clients is a mutual trust thing. We have several clients right now. They couldn't qualify for a construction loan in their own name because it's, the credit score restrictions are higher and the income requirements are higher and the down payments are required are higher. Can we get much higher? So I went out and two clients in particular right now, we have $500,000-$600,000 loans in our name. We went out, got those loans, and are building the house for them. So that dynamic is kind of interesting because we have to rely on them. To some extent, our financial stake is in their hands. And if they weren't honest or they weren't forthright, or there's things going on with their credit behind the scenes, that could put us in a potentially weird spot. So what are those conversations like with clients when, it's a two-way street? We're relying on them as much as they're relying on us.
Yeah, a lot of the times we're just in those kind of situations, we're trying to figure out the best path. So is the best path, and what are all of the options?
Mm-hmm.
With all the options ahead, is the best path for us to get the loan? Is the best path for us to get the loan, or is it actually more beneficial for them to purchase the land and get the construction loan? Because a lot of the times, they actually can save money that way. So it really is in their best interest to do that. But there are cases where we're willing to help out. And I think that's where mutual trust comes in, because every relationship, there's a give and take. Marriage counselors say, it's not just a 50-50, you should be in 100% and the other person's in 100%. So everyone's got to be in for it. It's not like you're buying a house, it's a 30-day transaction or whatever. This is sometimes a year-long process. And if you don't start out with good communication and mutual trust, then it's going to be a rocky road.
Yeah, totally agree.
So, that kind of leads us into client relationships, which are super important to us. So, what's important to you when it comes to our relationships with our clients?
Yeah, well, honestly, we're kind of hitting them. We're kind of checking those boxes off. I think transparency, honestly, some self-awareness too from clients, taking those extra steps up front to make sure that the dream home that you have kind of sizes up properly and effectively with your budget. Because if you're just in la la land and your dreams are this and your budget's this, unfortunately, it starts the relationship off on wonky footing or unfirm ground, because there's nothing we can do really to narrow that gap outside of trying to communicate effectively, share as much pricing information, show what things cost, work with their lender to sort of crunch the numbers and crunch the budget. But ultimately, they have to find a way to make sure that their spending allowance matches their appetite, so to speak. So self-awareness and some self-honesty is a good place. But our company mission statement is to build lasting relationships and craft forever homes. Our biggest desire is that the people that transact business with us are able to build a home that helps them live a more inspired life. We absolutely want the people that we build for to love the home that we build for them. Right. And we always talk about this dream that we have bumping into people years down the road, and they're like, we love our home. This was the best decision. You know, it's cheesy, but it's true. Like, you're going to live somewhere for the next 5 or 6 years, and it's our hope that we could help you love that place and love your life, because life is so short. And we've personally experienced the impact and the benefit of building a dream home, and what it was like to go from a house that you didn't really love in a location that you didn't really love, where you're bursting out of the seams because your family's growing, it's just not enough room, to like, you know, we 3X on the first home that we built. We went from like, I don't know, 2X. We went from like 1,400 square foot to like 3,400 square foot. And it was life altering. Every phase of our life, from our sleep to our hanging out times, our holidays, everything changed because we built this home and created this gathering place. Those are the experiences that led up to us wanting to become home builders eventually.
Right.
And so, you know, we take it very seriously and mean it from the bottom of our heart when we say we want to build lasting relationships and craft forever homes. We don't want our relationship with our clients to end at settlement or at giving you the keys. We're actually there for the rest of the journey. If you ever need to build another home, or if you have family members that need to build a home, or if you ever just need consultation on real estate in general, I mean, this is kind of like, this is our thing, and that's the nature of the relationship that we want to have with our clients. And
not to mention, my favorite thing is getting photos from clients. Like, hey,
Yeah,
we
true.
just had a family
my
gathering,
gosh. Yeah,
or
yeah.
like the kids love this part of the house. Like, that's the best for me, for sure. Like, after the fact, like, please send me photos.
Yeah, for sure. And so I think all of this sort of culminated from this idea of, and it's one of our company values, of like personal ownership and extreme ownership, like the glue that holds all of this together: radical transparency, mutual trust. Like, these speak to deeper values about people, not just business. And this has as much to do with what you value as a person as it does with building a business that exists to turn a profit.
Yeah.
You know, building lasting relationships, crafting forever homes. These are values. These aren't just business tactics. And so extreme ownership is one of our company values.
Right.
And I think you and I at some point along the line realized that, you know, it's just our opinion, but I think it's true, which is that personal ownership is at an all-time low, and all you need to do is go on social media, spend 5 minutes on Instagram or 5 minutes on Facebook, and you will find people blaming anything and anyone and everything and everyone for the results and the outcomes that they think they should be getting in life that they're not getting. And this isn't like, this doesn't come from a place of judgment. Like, if my kids or you, or like someone that I dearly loved, came to me and was like, hey, I'm not getting the things out of life that I want, the first bit of advice I would give them is like, hey, get clear on what you want, write it down on a piece of paper, and then own every part of creating that reality for yourself. Make sure that you design all of your actions around it, you design habits around it, you design your relationships around it, you read about the thing, you rub elbows with people that do the thing. When you go on vacation, you read and talk about the thing, and do that for a year, and then find out if you're not much closer to the life that you want than you otherwise were. And so I just see like a lot of blame shifting, and I see a lot of people not getting what they want out of life. And I think it's because they're not
Owning it.
honest with themselves about owning the outcomes and the realities that they want. And it could be the emotions that you want to feel. It could be the experiences that you want to have. It could be the places that you want to go with your loved ones. It's not just about money. It could be about the fitness level, how the energy level that you want to feel. But I think ownership on a personal level is at an all-time low. And we want to build a business that is built off of precisely that, like extreme ownership to the ultimate degree. And so
It's one of our team values.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like super important to us.
Yeah, it's a values-led company, and it's why we design our interaction with our clients the way that we are. Anyway, that was a lot of word vomit,
No, I think it was good.
but I think it was heartfelt and it's all true. That's
Yeah.
for damn sure.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, what it comes down to is like, we're heart-led, we're transparent. We want to lead with our hearts here when it comes to this company. And yes, we have to make a profit, or we wouldn't be in business. But the most important thing to us is, the most important thing is the relationship. It's in our mission statement.
Yeah.
It all comes down to that. It's not just us on this side of the table. It is mutual. And we want you to know that as our clients.
757 Building Company, building lasting relationships and crafting forever homes. See you next week.